you have a question?
Hi, I have a question. Hi, Wesley.
Hello. I don't know who's speaking, but hi.
This is Sally. Hi.
Sally, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, I would like to first speak as a Jewish anti-Zionist because I do think it is important that we make it known that not all Jews support the violence, the genocide, the ethnic cleansing of the state of Israel. So please just make sure that you do not treat all Jews as a monolith, as if all Jews support the ethno state of Israel, because we certainly do not. That is number one. But number two, when you talk about that you don't want to be divisive, and clearly you are insinuating there, you're implying that you believe Cori Bush is somehow divisive. You think somehow she's too divisive. I mean, I think that a lot of people could have said the exact same thing about you when you ran for your current position. And based on that same mentality, that it is quote unquote divisive to speak up for marginalized, oppressed, colonized people. A lot of people think that that is divisive. And so I think that's how that is going to be interpreted when you say that. And you can feel free to be very specific about that. But real quick, I do want to ask, though, specifically, when you say, I feel like there was a little contradiction that I want to ask you about, because you talked about police. You talked about that when police, that when they do something wrong, when they've overstepped, right? When they clearly have done something illegal, used excessive force, that you want to hold them accountable, right? And when that happens, that's the time that you want to do that, right? You talked about that. So why? Because you also then keep talking about we need to, quote unquote, stand with our allies. Stand with our allies. You said that many times. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that this is the moment you have chosen to run against Cori Bush. She is one of the very few United States representatives who's actually dared to criticize anything about the state of Israel and the genocide against over what's the number now?
Sally, I have to ask, is there a question
so
there?
I'm asking, this is my question. As you have chosen this exact moment to run, while Cori Bush has been criticizing Israel's genocide, and you are saying that sometimes we do need to hold police officers accountable when they use excessive force. But then what I want to ask you is about this contradiction when you say we need to always stand with our ally, Israel. You keep saying ally, but you don't say Israel.
I think we got the question now.
Why can we not hold them accountable for their very, very excessive force of over 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, half of which are children, are killed? So tell me why that is not the same thing, that we don't ever, ever, ever hold them accountable.
Thank you for the question.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So first and foremost, it's offensive to me that you would say that Israel defending itself is genocide. Genocide is intentionally trying to wipe out a people, and no reasonable person would say that is Israel's intention. Israel was attacked. Israel was attacked by Hamas, and let's just since we're gonna put this out, and I'm not gonna take up the entire our entire time with this, but I do want to make this point. Israel was attacked by a terrorist organization who, in their charter, says that the destruction of Israel is their goal. That they stated after this attack that they were going to do it again and again. They attacked people at a concert. Those were not military targets. So to call this ethnic cleansing, it is just wrong. It is misguided, and her statements and your statements are wrong on that. Period. And so,
Wesley, did this begin on October 7th?
I listened to everything that you said, Sally, and I listened to everything you said, and I did not interrupt you. And now it's my turn. No, Sally, we're not going to do this. I listened to your question, and now it's my turn to end, and now it's my turn to speak. And so here we are. We're talking about accusing folks who we know were victimized by genocide and ethnic cleansing during the Holocaust and throughout history. And we're going to say that this country cannot defend itself against a terrorist organization that literally says they want to destroy Israel. No, I am not going to sit here and play these word games and try to reinvent what actually is happening on the ground and what is actually happening historically. So no, I'm not. And so if you want to try to somehow you're trying to piece this together with law enforcement. And so let's talk about law enforcement. And I'll stand by exactly what I said as someone who is the son of a police officer. When officers do their job, that we know that is a tough job, we're going to support them and we're going to stand with them. But just like anybody else, if someone does wrong, they need to be held accountable. I don't think that that's controversial, divisive, or anything. As a matter of fact, there's a reason why when I came into office, law enforcement I didn't have any support from law enforcement, but we worked together. We created a chief's advisory committee so that we could build the relationships. And now we have just about a lot of law enforcement, several chiefs around the county that are supporting us. And so that's when we talk about bringing people together. That's what it's about. Everybody's not going to agree with you. And if your goal is to just make everyone happy, obviously this is probably the wrong job for you. But it's about showing up, listening to folks, and having constructive conversations. And I'm open to that, but I'm not open to offensive language that's just wrong, misguided, and there's just no place for it, in my opinion.
Did it start on October 7th, Wesley? Did all of this begin on October 7th?
I'm not going to make this a back and forth with you.
Of course you're not. No. Okay. Well, thank you for making it clear that this is political opportunism. So no, you're never going to talk about what happened before.
Sally, thanks for your question very much. Let's move on to the next question.
And why Sally, I'm just choosing not to engage with you. That's all. And I know, and for the folks who are listening, I know Sally. And so I'm choosing not to engage with you. That's all. I've answered your question. I'm being respectful, and I'm asking you to respect everyone else's time.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, is there another question from